Hi Leo, I'm Corinne from Sacred Star Tarot, and this is your timeless reading to get a message that is meant to reach you right now. And it's a collective reading, of course, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're going to start with some channeled messages, have a look at your oracle cards, and then dive deeper into the tarot. So I hope you're doing really well. Now, if you want to take a deep breath with me, we're going to call spirit into your reading. Calling in spirit, your higher self, our guides to bring Leo the messages that need to reach them right now. Okay, so let's get started. Now I'm just going to tune into your energy. Okay, so Leo, what I'm getting, if Spirit wants you to really look at your life and notice if you're happy or dissatisfied. So what I'm getting is that sometimes we just put up with things and life because we can settle. And you're a spiritual being living a human experience. You can have and create all the things that your heart's desire, that your heart desires. And Spirit doesn't want you to just settle, to just think, well, this is as good as it's going to get. It's good to be grateful, but it's like this is limiting you and your dreams. Spirit doesn't want you to settle. This is the time to ask, hope, and dream for what you want and know that that's available to you. And that could be the romantic relationship, it could be the career that you want, it could be more money. And what keeps coming through is it's really good to be grateful, but if you just settle, it's like telling the universe that I'm okay, I don't need anything more, I'm not going to allow any more in. And with these infinite potentials and possibilities and timelines available to you, settling blocks you off from experiencing more. And I can see that there's so much more that you can experience. If you've got a heart's desire for something that you really, really want, that would make you feel more fulfilled, that would bring you more joy, that would make your life better, more fulfilling, more abundant, then it's okay to ask for more. And that's what I'm getting. And when you ask for more, it's like they're kind of telling me, it's being really clear on what that looks like. Because the universe, it's not a mind reader, it's like we have to be crystal clear on what the end result looks like. And yes, it can be something better than that, but we have to put that call out to the universe. And then we let go of the worries and the details and the whens and the hows. Because you're, bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and that's telling me that there could be something you really want and you're just settling. Okay, so let's have a look at your oracle cards to get a bit more. So Leo, now is a time not to settle. And you have the first number is 101 and it's starting over. So if there's a new project that you want to start, again, I feel like, there might be a bit of hesitancy, resistance, and just thinking, well, it can't happen or it won't happen, or I'm okay where I'm at. That's blocking, because I can see that there's something you really want, but there's this kind of hesitancy. It's like he's got, in his garden, there's some things there, but it's not what he really, he's not completely satisfied. And then you have the number 2121 energy levels with 1001 and spiritual awakening. Both cards are about prosperity and new beginnings. And the day that you're waiting for will come. You're getting closer to your goal. So remain focused. Now let's dive deeper with the tarot to get some more messages for you. Okay. So you have the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. Spirit definitely wants you to follow your heart, Leo. So the Ace of Wands is telling me there's a new inspiration, and get my tongue tied at the moment, an idea that is wanting to come out that you really want to act on, but you're not. So maybe this is a new project, something that's really in your heart that you want to go for. But that's telling me that the fears, the anxieties are blocking it from coming to fruition. And again, I feel there's this sense of settling. Okay, and this is a brilliant new idea. I can see it. Something that you really want, that would be very fulfilling. So let's get some messages to see what the guidance is. You know, when we feel dissatisfied, it's our soul calling us for more, because more is always available. Yeah, you have the Chariot. So Leo, this is the calling to go for it. If you follow your heart, your soul, your gut feeling, something that you really want, it's the calling to step out of your comfort zone and to go for it. You know, he's leaving the place that he's always lived behind, what he's known, and he's gone on a new adventure. For some of you, this might involve travel, because a Chariot involves travel, but it's definitely starting something new, and that's what I'm getting. So if you're being called and you really want to start something new, Spirit, the universe is 100% behind you. Yeah, again, Judgment. Definitely time to start something new. I think you've had a bit of a, spiritual awakening, or you're going through a new phase of life. And maybe that's why you're feeling dissatisfied. And when that happens, it's because there's something more that's available. So if you're feeling a bit flat or low or even depressed, I think it's because something needs to be reborn. A new adventure, a new experience. Yeah, you have the Lovers in reverse, same message. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. Now she is the queen that follows her gut feeling and intuition. So if there's a desire, she kind of goes for it. She doesn't worry about how it will turn out. She's got the sunflower with her, which is the optimism. She's optimistic and hopeful. And this is reminding me that if you stay optimistic and hopeful, then in the outcome of something, doing something because you love it, because you're inspired, this is you, Leo. And she's also following her intuition about it. She's not worried about the, outcomes or what might happen, could happen in the negative. She's just following it because it's her passion. She feels it in her heart. She's inspired about it. And she's like, life is too short. So I'm going to go for it and take this new idea, and I'm running with it. And that's what Spirit, that's the message that the cards are. Yeah. So for some of you, it could be involving travel. But otherwise, I think, what I'm getting for a lot of you, Leo, is that you've ended a cycle. So you've gone through, and it can be, we go through major stages in our lives, so each decade is a new stage, but it can happen at any time. And sometimes we end the old, the things that used to be fulfilling, the passions we used to have, the people we used to be, the way we were expressed ourselves into the world. And then we have a new cycle and we feel different. What we want to do changes, and that's what I feel is going on for you. And that's why this new direction is needed, because what you probably were doing before has stopped feeling fulfilling, and it's because it's calling you to something new. Let's see. Yeah. So you have the Moon, the High Priestess, Temperance, Strength, and the Queen. Yeah. Definitely time to start something new. To end the cycle, to find your new 10 of Cups. So we go through many 10 of Cups in our lives. So we reach the ceiling of something that once brought us fulfillment. And then we get to the point where we've reached that, we've done that, we no longer feel fulfilled anymore by it. And it's time to go through to find our new 10 of Cups. And that's what I can see, the process that's going on for you. And that's why Spirit doesn't want you just to stay stuck, because, staying stuck will be very dissatisfying, because it's the realization that I've outgrown it, and that acknowledging, yes, it is time for something new, so that you can find your 10 of Cups again, this new level of fulfillment in life. Are there any other messages for the beautiful Leo? So if you're feeling, we've got energy levels here, Leo. So if you're feeling flat, bored, you can't get the motivation or the inspiration, that is a bit of a key that you've ended that, you've reached that 10 of Cups, ended that cycle. I get the feeling it's like, every decade we feel quite different, and it's kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, so you've got the Hangman, the Death card, 5 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. Yeah, so this is really getting a new perspective. It's looking at, okay, what's not working anymore? Where am I feeling dissatisfied? And how can I change it? What's calling me? What's now feeling inspirational? Because your energy will tell you everything. If the energy has gone dead in one area of life, it's because you've outgrown it. And if you have a excitement and a high vibe about something else, that's because that's your next thing, or at least it's a breadcrumb leading to your 10 of Cups. So follow your energy and your excitement, because that will tell you where things have ended and where your new beginning is. But don't stay stuck, because it's time for this new cycle to begin. Okay, well, that was super clear. Let's see what messages the Moon has for you, Leo. Can we please get a message? There we go. Okay. Okay, you've got, what do you need to release? What do you need to release? And what I'm getting from that card is, again, it's like releasing something that might have been fulfilling once and it no longer is. And And sometimes, it's hard to let go of these things. If you've worked really hard to build something, but you've outgrown it, you can still love it, but it's like the energy around it's dead. So that would be, the time to release so that you can start the new. And let's go to a surrender card. What does Leo need to surrender to be able to step into this new beginning, this new inspiration, this new adventure, and this new stage of their life? That's what it is, a new stage. Surrender your belief in scarcity. Okay. And I think this is connected to dreaming big, not settling. So it doesn't matter what stage in life you are, how old you are, it's always the scarcity is in the mind. We're told so many things by society of what's possible and what's not possible. And the universe is asking you to open up to infinite nature of abundance. And that's not limited, Leo. So, asking to remove the blocks so that you can succeed beyond your wildest dreams, knowing that everything is possible. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Although we don't get told it from little children, but we have the power and the free will is the gift to be able to create what we want in our life. And it's only the patterns and the programs and the limitations that make us believe that we can't. So now's the time to really believe, Leo, in what would your ultimate next phase look like. To dream, and we can see in the picture, he's got a backpack on, so it's going for a new adventure. And it doesn't matter what stage in life you are, how old you are, we can have new adventures at any stage. And that's what I'm seeing for you. Now let's get a message from the Fairy Oracle. Bring some sparkles, some magic into life, which is great because life can get too serious, I think. Yeah. Okay. You have the Fairy of Inspiration, Fairy of Music, and look in a book. Now, what I'm getting from that is if you're looking for inspirational guidance, Spirit can bring messages in all weird and wonderful ways. And for some of you, some inspiration will be coming through a book that you read. If you've got a question you're looking for an answer for, it could come through a book. Or Spirit could be connecting you through the lyrics of music. So listen out for even, sometimes I get the repetitive songs that play in my head and I can think, God, it's always a song that, I haven't heard for years or it's not my favorite song, but there's a lyric in it that's always Spirit telling me something. And that's the same message for you. So you might get your inspiration or guidance for your next steps in a book or in music. It's lovely. Let's get an animal spirit for you. You have Visionary and the Giraffe. So again, the giraffe, he's got that big long neck and he looks way above. And this is about thinking big. Rise above the earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Yeah, go on a new adventure. Dream of what you want and know that life is short. You can make it happen, Leo. You have so much vitality and energy. You've got that leadership view of the world. You're naturally a big thinker. So now's the time to use that in your life and your next adventure. Beautiful. So that is your reading and the message that was meant to reach you right now, Leo. I hope that has helped you in your current situation and in the next steps. I'm sending you all of my love, light, and blessings. Subscribe to never miss a reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye.